So this is our attic where we keep, as you see, golf clubs, beach chairs, apparently the guitar cases, boogie boards, all the things, camping gear. I cannot even enter the room. It goes around that corner down there to the right. Are there more golf clubs? Oh, dear Lord, more golf clubs. Camping. Obviously, the camping stuff has not been put back because the shelves are empty. There's a bunch of sleeping bags, another golf bag. Ay. Hi everyone, I'm Gina. Welcome back to Tight Ship Mama. Today you are joining me in my attic, and this is the attic where we store all of our camping stuff and kind of our toys, if you will. So beach stuff and skiing stuff and golfing stuff. And I haven't been up here all summer. So when I did come up here, I was shocked to find that I can't even get into the room. So I've got some work to do today, and I'm going to again treat myself like I would treat a client, and I'm just going to empty the entire thing out, give it some fresh eyes, and I've budgeted about 3 hours to do this, plus any time I need to go and get some containers or things like that. So I will give you a full tour, and hopefully by the end of the 3 hours, we will be able to walk in here and grab the fun stuff we want to use and get on our adventures. Okay, so this is what we are dealing with. We are dealing with beach chairs and golf clubs, and those are just the guitar cases. There aren't any guitars in there. We've got these tubes that my son used this summer to go tubing down the creek. We've got all of our camping stuff, beach stuff, boogie boards, pool stuff, skis, sleds, life vests, camping stuff. And I can't even get in the room to go all the way around, but there's a lot of empty space and a lot of empty shelves. But obviously the way the shelves are and the storage, we've got pegboards in a lot of our house. This is a good thing about buying old houses is you inherit other people's organizations. So, and the room goes down there to the right, there's more shelves. So I'm gonna utilize those shelves because I think right now they're empty, but I've never used them because they're deep and creepy. But I think some of this stuff can be put into bins and go back there. There's a jogging stroller that I know I'm only going to use for 1 more year, and then my jogging stroller days are probably over. So just lots of stuff in this room. And I'm going to just organize it and try to be able to get in here and make it more efficient for our family. What happens is people get sent up here like, oh, can you just take those life vests up? And this is where they put them when they really should go over there on that wall. So, and there's more. So that's just what I'm going to do today is just tidy it up a little bit. When I begin organizing a space, the first thing I do is empty it out and start dividing things into categories. I'm taking a little break to go over some common hang-ups. So this part of the process should be really fast. I'm just still emptying out, but if you know right away that you can declutter and donate, then go ahead and do that. Trash is obviously the first thing that you need to do. But there's some other things that are common hiccups. So we're gonna go over these. This is a life vest. It's a really good one, I'd say. But it doesn't fit any of my kids anymore or any nieces or nephews. So I'm getting to the age where I am starting to think like, oh, maybe I should save this for a grandchild. And perhaps you are in that phase of life too where you think, oh, let me save it for a grandchild. But here's the thing. By the time I have grandkids, if we don't have the money to buy a life vest brand new, then we've gone terribly wrong, okay? So we're gonna trust that when we need it, God will provide it and that we will have the funds to do it. And in the meantime, someone can enjoy this that's gonna use it, because eventually these things do kind of break down and they're not good to use anymore. So while it's still in great shape, I wanna donate that. Here's another one. I have no idea what this is. It says Little Tykes on it. I'm thinking it might be something for golfing, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna ask my husband if he knows what it is, but I can tell you we have never used this. So that's something that I can easily donate and figure out what it is, first of all. But if you don't even know what it is and you can tell you've never used it, go ahead and donate that. The third category is one that always makes me laugh. So when we bought this house, again, we're only the second owners of this house. So it came with some pretty funky stuff. This is one of the things that it came with. I'm thinking it's a seat for a canoe or something like that. And so we've lived here 7 years, and I've seen this for 7 years up in this attic. And every time I declutter up here and organize it, I look at this seat and I think, oh, we're gonna have a canoe someday. And I'm like, I might as well save that chair. So you know what I'm about to say. If the day ever comes that we have a canoe, I'm sure that we will have it in the budget to also buy a comfortable chair, and I can safely get rid of this thing. Yeah. So that's kind of falls under the category of fantasy self. So someday we hope to have a mountain house on a lake. So there is a part of me that's like, oh, I should keep those life vests for the grandkids because we're gonna need more at the lake, and I should keep this canoe thing. No, we're not. We're gonna let it go. And again, trust that when we need it, God will provide it. Here's another category that can often trip people up. You are dealing with an object that is really useful, but you're not using it as often as you would like. So right now, what I'm stuck on is this jogging stroller. It's a really great stroller. I've used it for a few years. It was a gift from a friend, and while I don't push my youngest anymore to run because she's getting a little too big for that, it is a really good stroller for taking on the trails. So what I'm gonna do, and what I would recommend to you guys, is give yourself a time limit and say, if I don't use this in the next week or month or season that it's meant for, then it's gonna go. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna force myself to take her on a walk in the woods where I can use this and get a few more uses from it. And I know a friend that's actually looking for a jogging stroller, so it could possibly have a home right away. Things are pretty much cleared out, and I'm just gonna give this a sweep, get these last guitar cases downstairs, and see if we can't find a different place for them. But otherwise, I am done cleaning it out. That took me about an hour and a half, believe it or not, to clean it out. But I've also been stopping to film and post things on Instagram and Facebook, so that takes a little more time. So if you've been watching me for a while, you know I'm a big proponent of using what you have on hand. These bins, I believe we spent about $500 on these bins to go in the back of my van, because our dog needed a place to kind of sit, and then you could put stuff inside of them. But in all the years we've had my van, I think we've used them maybe like 3 times. So I'm gonna go ahead and use them for storage right here, and they actually stack perfectly right there. So I'm gonna find something to store in here and save myself a little bit of money with buying bins. Okay, I'd say I worked about 4 hours total today. I just did about 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there when I could. But what a difference. So I will go over all the changes I made with you all. Let me give you a quick overall look here, and then I'll go back and kind of show you the details. There's a floor. Did you notice? There's a few things on the floor, but not too much. Okay, so let's start with the golf club section here. So these shelves, I never really loved them because they're not very deep, as you can see. I'd say they're less than 10 inches. And we've always kind of had the golf clubs stacked up here, but I thought, you know what, let me try them horizontally, and they actually fit perfectly that way. and there's room for one more on the bottom, but my husband actually, he keeps his in storage somewhere else, so I don't really have to worry about his golf clubs right now. And this is just some extra gear that goes with it, so I'm really pleased with that. Let's swing around, and again, you always want to try to go vertical with your stuff just because it keeps things off the floor, and the least used items should be at the very top. So like I said earlier today, that's a grass seeder, and we really don't use that too much. There's just some stuff I don't want the kids to get into. Then we're getting into the pool stuff and beach things, our coolers. And again, these bins are from my van, and inside there are bags, awkward bags. So it's the carrier for the roof of my car, like a soft top carrier, and the bag for when you fly on an airplane with golf clubs, that sort of thing. And then down there, that cooler has our beach blanket inside. And actually in here, I can show you this too. This is just my little tricks of keeping organized in the summer. So those are our cups that we take to the pool, and just some disposable forks and knives that they gave out at the pool this year with our lunches and things. But I thought I might as well just keep them, and we can always use them for camping or something. Okay. This big wall I was not utilizing very well before. So actually, let me go over here and give you a look. So do you see this huge black tube? That is for, we use it for the snow. I think it can also be used in water. I kind of forget. But it took me forever to pump this up last winter. And I thought about deflating it today and putting it away, and then I thought, you know what? We have the space for it. Yeah, it's big, it's a little awkward, but it's one less obstacle to going out and having fun. So I thought I'm just gonna keep it pumped up, and we are ready to roll when the first snow comes. And so I really went all the way to the ceiling with the sleds and the boogie boards and the beach chairs. And this sled is actually more for decoration. That's something I usually decorate and put on my front porch. But I thought it fits there. Why clog up my basement? So then I wanted to tackle the camping stuff and really get it opened up and see what we have here. This is a huge target that my son uses for archery, and there's really no good place for it. And then today I noticed that they had these little hooks on there, so I thought, let me see what I can do with that. So these are some chairs that fold up. I've got the archery stuff. I tried to keep everything together so that kids aren't rummaging through everything looking for things. This is a new thing I did. I heard that you're not supposed to really shove your sleeping bags in the original bag that they come in, that they really last longer if you air them out and you hang them. So I did hang up a few of those hooks, brackets, I don't know what you call them, for the pegboard. And then I just had my son, I said, go get some hangers from Daddy's closet, because this is like the dry cleaning hangers. And I will probably invest in thicker, better hangers, but I just wanted to get it done today and use what I have on hand. That's always what I'm trying to tell people to do, is just use what you've got. And then this is my son's trunk for when he goes to Boy Scout camp. But, so I said to him, just put together what you actually want to take when you go camping. So I want to kind of keep his Boy Scout stuff a little bit separate from our family camping stuff. But then I ended up putting all the sleeping pads in there as well. And that is a little bit more pleasing to my eye than the way I had them. And then this bin here, I still have to go through. That's our bin for when we go family camping. And I really want to get my list and my bins down to a science so we could kind of just grab it and head out the door. And so now this is more camping stuff. These are our tents. That's our stove. I have a backpacking stove, and then I have a regular family stove. And then I ended up taking these shelves off here, see how they went around the corner? I took off this one because these bags are always really hard to organize. And I realized we have a lot of backpacks. But I thought, let me take those shelves off and use these hooks and hang the backpacks that way. So I really am happy with that because that just makes it so much better than shoving them in these shelves. Because again, these shelves are so narrow that it always looks messy. And that's just the tarps that go underneath the tents. So that's my whole camping, and the 2 guitar cases did end up staying. I thought maybe I'd look for a place in the house, but then I thought, why bother? We have the space here. Might as well just use it. So then coming over, so now we're back across again from the snow stuff. So those are my skis and my boots up there. This is some, you know, the stuff to scrape the snow off your car, some more skis, and then this is water stuff. So those are all of the life vests that I did keep, and those are all tubes for the creek and the river, or whatever you want to do. Some fishing stuff. I do have to put my daughter's fishing rods here, but right now they're in a spot where she can just grab them and go. That's a metal detector, and then down below are some wool blankets that we just keep, and an extra blanket for the car in the winter time, and some more empty guitar cases. So that is it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed watching this transformation of my attic space today. I'm really pleased with the fact that the floor is completely cleared off. And while I didn't have a budget in mind, I thought I would have to go and buy some more hooks and things. This ended up being a 0 budget makeover again. So I didn't set out to have it be 0 budget, but it was. So that's a definite win all around. Have a great week. Hopefully this inspired you to clean out your attic and change it up for the seasons. Have a great week. I'll see you next Monday.